Welcome to the Reconnection Club podcast, the show that helps parents heal troubled relationships with their adult sons and daughters. I'm your host, psychotherapist Tina Gilbertson. Each week, I'll offer you compassion, clarity, and personal development tips designed to help you reconnect, not only with your child, but with yourself. Now let's get started. A couple of years ago, I had the pleasure of interviewing Bill Eddy, who wrote a book called Calming Upset People with EAR. And that's an acronym, EAR, for empathy, attention, and respect. Especially in light of the current political climate in the U.S., and because I know that politics has been dividing many families, I want to share with you an excerpt from my conversation with Bill. I hope this information reaches you in time to prevent, minimize, or help repair any unnecessary conflict in your family. In this clip, I had just asked Bill for some language we can use to de-escalate conversations that inspire too much controversy around the dinner table. Here's what he said.
I think things that say, I respect your point of view, I want to understand it, tell me more, or I respect your point of view, and I think we'll have a better time together if there's certain topics we can just avoid discussing, because I want to enjoy my time with you. And that's like empathy. I want us to feel good with each other.
And what if I say, Bill, this is important to me. I need you to get on board with I need you to not only understand, I want you to vote differently.
Yeah, well, I can empathize with that because I actually feel that way too. But I think that we'll find that no one changes their mind in one conversation, and I think it's better to, let's talk about things that we can enjoy together, because I don't think that you are likely to change your mind right now, and I know I'm not likely to change mine. So let's talk about something that's more fun. How's that new job working out for you?
Well, that is a very, very good tip, because what you're doing is you're closing a conversation that is not going to be productive, but you're not preempting it. You're not shutting it down. No one's going to feel like you shut them out, because what you did is you started by offering empathy and attention and respect, and then you deftly simply moved to a next step, like let's talk about something else. But I wouldn't have felt like you shut me down. If you did
it's like you want to connect. You want the person to feel like you're interested in them. It's just the topic that you don't want to talk about. And people often respond to that well.
Yeah, because they're not being rejected. It's the topic that's not appropriate. It's not themselves who are not appropriate. Yeah.
Right.
Excellent.
Let me add, though, with that, I want to add that changing the subject at the end is often real helpful, so that they can then, so that when they stop talking about like politics and start talking about that new job, they don't feel like you won, like you made them cave in, that you didn't just shut it down, you opened a new connection with them.
Right. So we went from power struggle to win-win. Yeah,
exactly. Oh, you nailed it. That's it exactly. Instead of win-lose, it's win-win.
Yeah, and that really is the essence of what you're trying to do here with these EAR statements. It really does feel like a win-win. Because things don't escalate in a bad way.
Right, and either person can really influence that. Once you get, used to doing this, you'll find that you can just turn conversations into something positive without either of you having to get defensive.
What a valuable skill to be able to use EAR statements, that is, language that offers empathy, attention, and respect to de-escalate conversations. But I know that it can feel like a burden having to be the bigger person, the one responsible for keeping things civil or lowering the temperature. I asked Bill about that burden, and he said this.
Yeah, let me just add to that that's something commonly people say with this. They say, well, why should I be nice if they're being rude to me? And I said, because it'll make your life easier. Because if you stay rude back, it escalates, and then you feel more upset when you leave the conversation. Whereas if you can give an ear statement, calm the conversation, and walk away, there's nothing hanging. And you can say, I didn't have to do that, but I chose to do it, and I'm glad I did.
Empathy, attention, and respect. Bill Eddy's ear statement approach makes sense to me and seems particularly relevant during times of high conflict and us versus them thinking. Throughout this interview, Bill offered many examples of language you can use to reduce tension and de-escalate conflict. If you're a Reconnection Club member, you can listen to the entire interview anytime in our library. But whether you're a member or not, you can learn about and use ear statements starting today. Pick up a copy of Bill's book, Calming Upset People with Ear, Empathy, Attention, and Respect. It's a quick and super practical read. I'll put a link to the book in the show notes. Until next time, remember that you are a loving, lovable, and still growing human being. So please take good care of yourself. Bye for now. If you've enjoyed this episode of the Reconnection Club podcast, I invite you to check out reconnectionclub.com. The Reconnection Club is for parents at any stage of estrangement from their adult, child, or children. So whether you've just realized there's trouble between you, you've been living with estrangement for years, or you're newly reconciled but still walking on eggshells, the Reconnection Club is your essential resource for information, support, and continued personal growth. With our courses and workshops, expert interviews, monthly Q&A calls, and a friendly, active community, the Reconnection Club is a wonderful place to be for anyone suffering the pain of estrangement from an adult, child, or children. So check it out at reconnectionclub.com.